If you've been feeling bloated, fatigued, or uncomfortable after every meal, chances are these 4 common foods might be to blame. My name is Laith, and over the past 2 decades, I've coached hundreds and hundreds of people in the areas of fitness and longevity. I've struggled with digestive issues and inflammation and only figured out why after listening to a Harvard gut doctor talk about 4 things that impact my gut, and actually fixing those had a massive impact on the quality of my life. The thing is, by reducing and eliminating these, I've experienced reduced bloating, increased energy levels, and improved digestion within just a few weeks. I think you need to understand that what's at risk is not just the comfort after meals, but also your overall well-being and the quality of your life, as poor gut health can lead to a myriad of health issues down the line. It's important to understand the impact of foods we consume on our body's inflammation levels. Ultra-processed foods and pre-packaged snacks often contain empty calories and additives that contribute to inflammation. The thing is, we've all been there, that these foods are very convenient and they're ready there when we need them, and we just go into the supermarket or convenience stores and pick them up. The thing is, they may seem harmless, but they are loaded with ingredients that trigger inflammation in the body. These range from artificial additives to high levels of refined sugars and unhealthy fat that wreak havoc on our digestive system. This leads to bloating and discomfort and long-term health issues in some cases. Despite how attractive they are and how easy they are to obtain, indulging in these foods only perpetuates a cycle of inflammation and discomfort, robbing you of vital energy and well-being. I think if you start to kind of reduce or eliminate these ultra-processed foods, and we all know what they are, and avoid the pre-packaged snacks, we'll notice a significant reduction in inflammation levels, leading to a lot of things, including better energy, mood, and overall health. Now, let's delve into another common culprit behind inflammation: a diet high in sugar. Sugar has been talked about over and over again, but I think a lot of people don't understand how much it does affect our gut, and in return, inflammation that our body goes through. Now, it's crucial to understand how excessive amounts of sugar can really affect us in a negative way, and I do emphasize when we say excessive amounts. The thing is, sugar in general, when we look at refined sugar specifically, that it does have other effects on the body, and we're looking at spiking our blood sugar levels, but also triggering a cascade of inflammatory responses in the body. There's a lot of research that links diet rich in sugar to high risk of developing chronic conditions like diabetes, obesity, and heart diseases. One of those things that we need to look at are sugary drinks, and we all know what those are. Not only does it provide a concentrated dose of sugar, but also lacks any essential nutrients. And this further makes the inflammation problem worse and makes digesting food that you have with it even more difficult. So, seeing that we're done with the sugar part, let's explore the role of saturated fats in fueling inflammation. So, another critical factor contributing to inflammation is the type of fats we consume, particularly those high in saturated fats. It's essential to recognize how certain oils can fuel inflammation within the body. Now, keep in mind that oils that solidify or become semi-solid at room temperatures are often high in saturated fats, which have been implicated as a primary cause of inflammation. These fats are commonly found in processed foods because it's a good preservative, fried foods, and certain cooking oils like palm oil and coconut oil. While they may enhance the flavor and texture of foods, and there's a great book about this, which I'll link below, and how the food industry manipulates sugars and fats to keep you addicted to their foods, but that's a different video that we'll talk about. The consumption of these oils can lead to elevated levels of inflammation within the body, and that increases the risk of chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease and arthritis. They're so widespread in the food industry that these oils often provide us with much nutritional benefits and pose significant health risks when consumed in excess. So making that switch to healthier fats like olive oil and avocado oil can help lower inflammation levels and improve overall health outcomes. So reduce the saturated fat and increase the unsaturated fats will go a long way in reducing your inflammation and improving your gut health. Now, what we're going to examine is how some lifestyle habits like smoking and drinking alcohol can increase inflammation. So smoking and alcohol, okay, maybe these aren't food, but I want to talk about this because there's so many people that still don't understand the implication of smoking and drinking alcohol. And the research is honestly as clear as day, and there's been a lot of studies with this that a lot of people don't talk about this anymore because it's become logical for people to avoid them. Smoking and excessive alcohol consumption are well-known risk factors for a lot of health issues, but their role in promoting inflammation is often overlooked. It's crucial to understand the impact of these lifestyle habits on our body's inflammatory response. Both smoking and alcohol consumption have been linked to increased inflammation levels in the body. Smoking introduces harmful toxins and chemicals into the bloodstream, triggering an immune response that can lead to chronic inflammation and a lot of tissue damage, obviously. Similarly, the excessive amount of alcohol that people can consume on a weekly basis can disrupt the balance of the gut bacteria, leading to intestinal permeability and inflammation. These habits not only damage vital organs like the lungs and liver, but also contribute to systemic inflammation, increasing the risk of conditions such as arthritis, heart diseases, and obviously certain cancers. The thing is, despite the well-documented amount of health risks that both of these elements pose to a lot of people, quitting smoking and reducing alcohol consumption is very challenging and does require significant lifestyle changes and a very solid support system. But the benefits of doing that are so tremendous that it's worth going through that discomfort in the beginning. The thing is, when people quit smoking in all forms, and I include everything in there from vape to the electric farts or the IQOS, and reducing the alcohol intake, you can usually significantly lower the inflammation levels and improve organ functions within weeks. So now that we've explored the impacts of dietary and lifestyle factors on inflammation, let's discuss actionable steps you can take to support a healthier, inflammation-free lifestyle. Simply put, everything in moderation is tolerable, but not the alcohol and the smoking. I'm going to say that is a hard no on those. But in terms of the food that we eat, if we go into moderation, then everything usually functions properly. Is it the end of the world if we have sugar or saturated fats once in a while? Definitely not. We just need to understand that it's the exception to the rule and not the rule itself. So make good choices 80% of the time and you'll live a good life. So understanding the various dietary and lifestyle factors that contribute to inflammation empowers you to make informed choices for better health outcomes. So if that's been beneficial, subscribe now for more expert insights on optimizing your well-being through actionable strategies and tips similar to these. You can also subscribe to my newsletter over here and get a weekly dose of information that will benefit you and things that you can implement every single day. So until next week, people, stay active and be mindful of what you eat.